Get ready for a heart-wrenching and emotional journey as we follow the story of Kevin, a young boy who lost his mother at a young age. He visits her grave every day, crying and longing for her return. But one day, something unimaginable happens that will change his life forever. Join us as we delve into the touching story of love, hope, and the power of family. Kevin, a small and innocent child of only 6 years old, was absolutely devastated and filled with an incomparable grief after his beloved mother passed away in an untimely accident. He had experienced a sense of loneliness and longing ever since his mother had passed away and he was taken into an orphanage. Although he would often dream that she would return one day to take him away, the other children at the orphanage were cruel and constantly reminded Kevin that his mother passed away and would never come back. They teased him endlessly, telling him that he would never see her again, and making it nearly impossible for Kevin to find joy in his life there. Kevin's heart ached with longing and sadness as he struggled to accept the reality of his mother's death. Every night, he would close his eyes and pray that she would come back and take him away from the cold, lonely orphanage. But as the days turned into weeks and months, he began to realize that his mother wasn't coming back. One day, the children from the orphanage were allowed to take a walk in a nearby park. While the others were busy playing, Kevin couldn't help but feel a pull towards the city cemetery where his mother was buried. Without looking back, he ran away from the group and towards the cemetery, his heart heavy with longing to see his mother again. Although Kevin made a solemn promise to his mother that he would visit her grave often, the orphanage he was living in had strict rules, so he had not been very often to his mother's grave. As Kevin approached his mother's grave, the weight of his loss hit him like a wave. He sat down beside the grave, tears streaming down his face as he whispered, "I miss you so much, Mom. Please take me with you. There's nothing for me here." He felt lost and alone, wishing with all his heart that he could be reunited with his mother. Just as he was about to give in to his grief, he felt a gentle hand on his shoulder. Wiping away his tears, he looked up to see a beautiful woman standing before him. The sunlight seemed to shine down on her, making her look like an angel. "Why are you crying, sweet boy? Are you all right?" she asked. Kevin took a deep breath and replied, "I don't have a mother anymore." The woman's kind eyes shone with understanding and compassion. "I know how you feel," she said. "I lost my mother too." She could relate to his pain, having also suffered the loss of a parent. She saw Kevin's anguish and sought to provide him with some measure of comfort and solace. "You will never be alone," she said gently. "Your mother has left behind memories that will stay with you forever, along with an enduring love that will never fade away." Kevin replied to the woman with a heavy heart, "I miss her so much." The woman's eyes softened with understanding and she replied, "I'm sorry to hear that, sweetheart." She then asked, "Where do you live now?" Kevin told her, "In the orphanage." The woman introduced herself. "I'm Susan," she said, sitting beside Kevin. "I come to this cemetery to visit my son's grave, Sherifield." As Kevin heard her name, his eyes widened with surprise, and a smile spread across his face. "That's my mother's name too," he exclaimed excitedly. Susan smiled at the coincidence and accompanied Kevin back to the orphanage. Along the way, they saw a small amusement park, and Susan asked, "Would you like to go there?" Kevin's face lit up with excitement, and he eagerly nodded. The two of them spent the day at the amusement park, riding the rides, playing games, and having a great time. Kevin felt a sense of joy and connection with Susan, as if he had found a new family member. Susan also felt a special connection with Kevin and promised to always be there for him. From that day on, Kevin knew that he was never truly alone. He had his mother's love, Susan's guidance, and the memories of their time together at the amusement park to hold on to forever. Kevin's eyes lit up with excitement as he eagerly nodded his head. He joyfully rode the carousel and enjoyed an ice cream cone with Susan. As they finished their day and returned to the orphanage, Susan hugged Kevin and said goodbye. "Your mom loves you, sweetheart. Never doubt that," she whispered before leaving. That night, Susan went to church and prayed for Kevin to find a loving family. As she went to bed, she had a strange dream where her late son, Adam, handed her a note with the address 443 Washington Street written on it. In the dream, Adam told her, "Mom, please take me with you." Susan had this dream multiple times in a week, and it left her feeling troubled and confused. She shared her dream with her husband, and they both wondered what it could mean. "It's so strange, honey. I've been having this dream where Adam hands me a note with a certain address and tells me to take him with me," Susan said to her husband, Richard. "What could it mean? What is Adam trying to tell you?" he asked. "I don't know, but I've been having the same dream ever since I met this young boy named Kevin at the cemetery. He was visiting his mom and he said he lived at the orphanage, so I took him there," she explained. Richard and Susan decided to visit the address from her dreams, and to their surprise, they found 443 Washington Street located in their city. As they drove to the address, Susan was amazed to see the orphanage, where she had walked Kevin a couple of days prior. She immediately spotted Kevin sitting by the window on the ground floor and pointed him out to her husband, saying that it was Kevin she had met in the cemetery. Kevin was overjoyed when he found out that Susan and her husband Richard wanted to adopt him. He had always dreamed of having a loving family, and now his wish had come true. As he sat with his new family at the dinner table, he couldn't help but feel grateful for the unexpected turn of events. Susan and Richard had given him a new life, a life filled with love and happiness. He knew that his mother was watching over him, and that she was happy to see him in a better place. Susan had also found her calling as a mother, and she felt that God had answered her prayers when she met Kevin that day at the cemetery. Together, they formed a family that was meant to be, and they were forever grateful for the chance to be there for each other. In life, we may lose the ones we love, but sometimes the love we thought was lost comes back to us in unexpected ways. Kevin's story is a powerful reminder of this. Even though Kevin lost his mother at a young age, he was able to find love again. He met a woman who eventually became his new mother, and he learned that love never dies. Through his experience, Kevin was able to overcome his sadness and loss. His story is an inspiration to us all and reminds us that there is always hope and light beyond any darkness we encounter in life. So let us never forget the unbreakable bond between a mother and her child, and use these tales as a source of strength during our struggles. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos.